Hi. So it's me again. I decided to share my story, my life, I guess that's what you could call it, with y'all and see what y'all think. Some of it is a little, like, I already have it like all typed out from when I wrote it to someone a few months ago. I wrote it back in January of 2015. So obviously some stuff has happened since then, and I'll try to recap what has happened through January until now, July. Some of it is a little graphic, so I'm gonna like say better words. Like if it's cussing, I'm gonna cuss. There's no way around that. I can cuss if I can cuss if I want to. No, that's not what I meant to say. But like if it's like really graphic words or anything like that, then I'll like censor it, I guess. Well, we'll reach that bridge once we get to it. Here it is. I called it on, I have it on my Facebook actually, like on my file, like where everyone can read it. Everyone that's friends with me can read it. Which is okay, I guess. It makes me feel open and more out there. It makes me feel better. I mean, I reread it the other day and was like, wow, I must have been really upset to write all of that. Go away, phone. Anyways, it's my life from birth until January of 2015. Shit that I've been through. So I wrote my name, which is Catherine Nicole, but I go by Katie or Kat, whatever. Or I go by Nikki. I used to go by Nikki, but I really don't go by that anymore. Only one person calls me that, and she's like my sister to me. So yeah. Anyways, when I wrote this, I was 17, but I'm 18 now because my birthday had passed. My birthday's in March. My relationship status, I don't know why I put that in there, but okay. Engaged. I was born in Fletcher of North Carolina. My birthday is March 29th, 1997. Yes, I'm a young one. And my phone is going off. Shut up. Okay. So, make sure it's still recording. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. So I'm just gonna read it as it's typed, unless it's like something like that I need to censor out for YouTube. Even before I was born, my biological father didn't want me. He wanted me aborted. And I will say their names, just so that's clear. Yeah, just so that's clear. Except for my sister's name. I think her name is mentioned in here. Or no, I didn't mention her name, because I remember now. I didn't mention her name, and I'm not going to mention her name. He wanted me aborted. His name is Christopher Dyer. He is, in my opinion, an asshole. Yep, that's the first 2 sentences, 2 or 3 sentences. Already cussing. My mother convinced him to change his mind, and he wanted a boy. Well, they found out. Whoop, I'm a girl. He didn't like that, so he left. My mother had then met my stepfather, Joey Chrisman, and he even cut my umbilical cord. They married when I was of the age of 4. I shaved my head on the wedding day. They hated it, but I guess they also thought it was cute. Anyways, I grew up in a small town called Tryon, Polk County, North Carolina. Well, it's my hometown. I don't know what to say except that I hate it. I hate Polk. There's so much drama and so much bullying. I mean, drama and bullying is everywhere, which is sad. I just hated Polk. In elementary school, I had a few best friends. Lord, I got something in my throat. I had a few best friends. Brianna Bowley, Veronica, I can never pronounce her last name right. Contreras. Pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. Scarlett Mosseller, Kelsey Ravan, and Danielle Tinsley. I got bullied every day by Davion Gary, Portia Carson, DeShayla Gary, which is sisters with Davion, and Titus Bowley. Yep, Titus and Brianna are brother and sister. Yeah, I grew up with all of them. That's spelt wrong. All of them, but we all faded apart. Brianna moved and we stopped talking. Veronica is still in Polk. She has a kid. Adorable, by the way. But we just grew apart. Mine and Scarlett's friendship was ruined by her parents and her little brother Billy. Kelsey and Danielle stayed friends with me until high school. Danielle and I still talk, but not as much as we used to. Now we're starting to talk a little bit more because I found out why we stopped talking, and it was because I've been going through some issues, and I like get snappy and I snap at people, and I snapped at her one day and I don't remember it all. I honestly don't. But I snapped at her one day and it just like was not cool, and I'm sorry. But I mean, I don't remember it. I miss her. Yeah, Danielle and I still talk, but not as much as we used to. I miss that so much. The story behind me and Kelsey is coming soon. I need to explain other stuff first. Sorry, it's like, what time is it? 4:41 in the morning. I can't sleep, but I am tired as fuck right now. Okay. My last best friend in elementary school was Jana Ennis. I freaking adored her. That's how it's written. It's written as freaking. She was so nice and so sweet. We did everything together. We were even neighbors. I went to her house every day. I loved her like a sister. She was my everything. I was her everything, her world. She called me her world one day. I remember it. My memory sucks ass. Literally. Not like that. Anyways, but I do remember a lot of things. Like her family. And her big brother, Jonathan. You see, her life sucked as far as I'd known. Her family treated her like crap. Her brother blamed everything on her. I could see her soul dying. No one understood her but me. Sorry, there's like notifications like getting in the way of me reading. No one could understand her but me. Well, her family, I guess, didn't like me and wanted her away from me, so I came over one day. Her mother answered the door. Actually, that was like every day when I came over, but this day was different. She told me to go away and never come back, because I have apparently given Jana chocolate. I just pronounced chocolate in the weirdest way. Jana can't have sweets because it like makes her really hyper, like gives her a lot of hyperactivity. I would never do that to her. I defended myself, that's spelled wrong, and she slammed the door in my face. I heard Jana crying inside, like, not like silent, like little, oh, let her in, but like crying full out, almost screaming. I banged on the door and I started crying so hard. Same crying. Well, kinda jumped. Okay. Well, in 6th grade, I started cutting myself when my mother passed away. I couldn't handle anything anymore. I started drinking, smoking pot, cutting, etc. Whatever took the pain away. At this time, I was only 12 years old. Then in 7th grade, that's not even a sentence. Why is it like that? Sorry. Jana was a year younger. That is spelled wrong. So she started 6th grade. Her parents took her out of school to make sure Jana stayed away from me. I hated it. I cut every day at this time. At least every 2 hours. I took blades to school, or I would even break open pencil sharpeners, whatever I needed. I had to scroll down. This was October 19th of 2009, the last day I saw Jana. At this time, I didn't know what had happened. I thought she'd freaking died. No one explained anything, like, at all. I cried every day and cut every day. I needed my best friend, but I lost it all. Oh, Lord. Then, the summer of 2010. I finally worked up the nerve to go to Jana's house with my little sister. This was really bad. Only Jana's brother Jonathan was home. The parents were at work. I didn't know. Jonathan invited me and my sister inside, and I actually wrote this down. I will not use her name, my sister's name. Anyways, I sat down on the couch with my sister. Jonathan was playing Call of Duty, sorry. It's in, like it says COD, and I had to think. I was like, what? Call of Duty. Jonathan kept playing for a good 5 minutes, and then I finally asked, where's Jana? Jonathan cut the game off. I can't English today. He turned to me and said, I honestly don't know. I said, you're lying. He changed the subject and asked if I still liked him. Yes. At this point in time, I had a huge crush on him. I said yes. He asked me to flash him. I said no. He said, well, I guess you don't like me then. Then I didn't know what to do, so I just tried to leave through the back door, and he grabbed my arm and slammed me to the ground. To be honest, I don't know where my sister was at this point. I believe she was still sitting on the couch. Lord, I got something in my throat. So some of this I'm probably gonna have to like censor. So Jonathan gets on top of me and his knees were on my arm, so I couldn't get him off of me. He forced my shirt and bra up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor this. He took his thing. That's the only thing I can think of. He took his thing out and released himself on my melons. Sounds so bad. He let me up and I ran into the bathroom to get that stuff off of me. I placed my bra and shirt back in the right place. And while I was in there, I'm guessing he locked the doors because I tried getting out and it didn't work. Like, I walked out of the bathroom and tried to go out the back door because it's closer to the road. And I noticed he was talking to my sister. I remember It's not written down, but I remember trying. They were, see, they have their, they don't live there anymore, but they had their, fuck, what is it called? Living room. Sorry. They had their living room like set up really weird. Like they had the wall, and they had like 3 or 4 computers. Like there was a big ass desk and like 3 or 4 computers, 3 or 4 chairs, because they were all like gamers or whatever. I'm not really sure. And then, is this still recording? Oh, thank God. Yay, my camera's not fucking up for once. And then like they had like a little bit of space, and then they had like the couch, and then they had like the rest of the room, and then the TV is like over here somewhere. But he was standing where the computers were, and my sister was over there for some reason. I don't know why she was over there. And I remember when I came out of the bathroom, I tried to see if the doors were locked or unlocked. And then I went to get my sister. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor that as well. Anyways, because I tried getting out and it didn't work, and he was talking is spelled wrong. Jesus, I cannot spell. To my sister, saying horrible things. I grabbed her away from him. He grabbed my arm, and see, some of this is choppy. I think I just like kind of shorthanded it, because we got around to the couch somehow, and he sat down on the couch, and then that's when he grabbed me. He grabbed my hand and forced me to, I have no idea how to censor this, give him a, I'm just gonna say it, give him a hand job. And before I could do that, I like jerked away from him, and I like jerked so hard that I fell, and I landed on the floor. And their house was like always not dirty messy, but like messy, because they have Jonathan, Jana, because they had 5 kids. So obviously there's like a lot of like clothes and food and all kinds of stuff. Shut up, phone. It is 5 in the morning. Who was texting me at 5 in the morning? Go to sleep. Anyways, and there was a sock. I don't know whose sock it was, and I still don't know whose sock it was, and I'm so sorry. But I grabbed it and I put it on my hand, so I didn't have to actually like touch his thing. And he, I guess, was fine with it because it didn't stop me. And then he grabbed my hand again, and sorry, I'm laying down on the bed right now. Obviously did the hand job, forced me to do it. So yeah, this is why I now have like this like phobia, I guess you could say, of like feet and socks. Like my feet, I'm fine with. Socks that I put on my feet are fine. I don't like other people touching me with their feet, or even if they have socks on, touching me with their like feet with the socks on. I can't stand it. Even Gage, oh my God, he made me cry the other day. It was so sad. He made me cry the other day because me and him was talking on Skype, and he was laying down on the bed, and he had shorts on so you could see his legs, which is fine. I don't care about legs. That's fine. And he put his foot up to the camera, and I told him to take the foot away. and he wouldn't listen, and I didn't know what to do. It was just making me so mad. So he like moved it where I couldn't see the foot, but he was still up there, like next to the camera. You can like tell it was next to the camera. And I didn't know what to do. I just started like burst out crying. I didn't know what to do. And then I hung up on him because I was like, no, I'm not gonna look at that. No. I just stuttered there. I'm sorry. There. Can't talk. Okay. He finally let me and my sister, see, I cannot talk. He finally let me and my sister go home. I took a shower, told her not to tell a soul. She agreed even though she was too young to understand, but she knew what was happening was bad. High school. Okay, I'm hearing things. Thought my Skype went off, but it didn't. That's weird. Okay. I liked high school, but I hated the drama and fighting. Kelsey, she's back. She made a new friend, Raven Englehart. I think I pronounced that right. Soon I became her friend as well. We were all best friends, and we joined our own company until Jonathan's back. Raven started dating Jonathan. I was so concerned. I hated Jonathan. I told Raven and I told Kelsey about that summer of 2010. At this time, they believed me, but they started to believe Jonathan more than me. Jonathan turned them against me. Me and Raven almost got into a fist fight. Like, almost. She had her arms up and everything, but I was like, nope. I walked away. I didn't want to hit her. I didn't. I mean, I was cussing her out. I was like, fucking mad at her, but I didn't want to hit her. Like, what the fuck? Me and Kelsey hated each other. Me and Raven stopped talking. Me and Kelsey talk, but it's once in a blue moon. Like, literally. I finally got Kelsey to add me back on Facebook because I moved, I don't talk to her, and she moved, I don't talk to her. She doesn't talk to me. And, you know, I talk to her every now and again. I say, hey, what's up? She'll be like, nothing much. And then, that's probably about it. Guess what? I found Jaina. She's in a group home in Crossnor. It's also in North Carolina, but it's far away. I wrote a letter to her telling her what her brother Jonathan did. Bad idea. From what I heard, she went through a trigger and flipped out. Now I'm not allowed to speak with her. I don't know what I did wrong. Everyone hates me and it's always my fault. I went through foster care. My family found out about my cutting and drugs and flipped shit. Complete shit. They tried helping me, but it only made me worse. Me and my family got into fights. Soon it became physical, so I was turned into DSS custody, where I went to foster care and a new school. I met some amazing people. William Johnston, my best friend from a new school. Mercy Walters. Yeah, that's about right. Mercy Walters she was actually, I met at the same school, but then, like, I had to move foster houses because I wasn't happy where I was, because they were, like, complete fucking idiots. Just, irritated shit out of me. So I moved to a different house, but I got to go to the same school, and it was where Mercy was living, so I ended up living with her. Pretty cool chick. We got some fights and stuff, but it was like, just like stupid shit. I also met Billy White. He is from Pennsylvania, and that's like where he currently lives. I met him through an old website that recently got taken down because I tried using it like a week ago. It's called Groove Shark. It's like where you listen to music and stuff, and people can like comment on your profile and be like, hey, what's up? And he said hey, and we just started talking, and then we started talking on email. Started like putting pictures like so we can know what each other look like. And we started dating for a little while. I know how creepy that sounds. Hey, how are you? Like a week later. Hey babe. No, it's weird, I know. But he was a really cool guy, and he was really sweet and everything. But we just didn't work out over, well, one, long distance, and two, like his family and all that. I finally, before I actually move on to that, the one about my family finding out about my cutting and drugs and shit, I still don't know how. Like, I don't know if my sister told him, which my sister did, she did know for a little while. Yeah, she did know for a little while where my razors and, like, my pills and stuff was hiding. I don't know why. But, I realized she might have told them, so, like, I moved it around my room somewhere. Like, instead of having it in place A, I put it in place B. So, what it was is I had this trunk type thing, and it was right beside my window in my room, and it was like pretty big, like 4 feet, 3 or 4 feet, like long ways, and like 2 feet the other way. And I put a bunch of notebooks and just papers and stuff in there, but they were like notebooks and papers that were about depression and like suicide and stuff. And then I had a white box in there full of, first of all, full of 2 bags. One bag had razors in it, and they had like razors are broken out of pencil sharpeners or box cutter razors or any type of razor like that. The second bag had different pills in it, and they were the pills that I was been prescribed to, like antidepressants and stuff. But they're also pills that I started stealing from like other people and my dad's girlfriend. So yeah, they were pretty pissed off about that. And then the rest of the box was just like 15 pocket knives, which were all my dad's. So yeah, he was kind of pissed off. He actually gave me 2. Like, he actually gave me 2 knives, but it was before I was cutting. Because he used to work for Boy Scout, or not work, but he used to do Boy Scouts, and the knives were, what they were like a Boy Scouts type present or something. Anyways, he got like over 100 of them, and he was like, here you go, here's 2 of them. And I was just like, okay, whatever. But I ended up taking more, like, while he was at work, I ended up taking like a whole box of them, which was about 10 to 15. So yeah. So yeah, I finally got out of foster care and came to hell on earth. Sorry, I don't live there anymore, so I can say everything I want to. A place called Elida Homes in Asheville of North Carolina. It's an okay place. I met some cool people there, and I met some fucking assholes there. But most importantly, I met Gage Davis, my fiance, and he's still my fiance. The love of my life. I love you. Gage convinced me to stop cutting, drinking, smoking, everything. When I think of the past, I do have urges, but I don't want to lose Gage. Our anniversary is, this is also a funny story. I can't spell anniversary. August 17th of 2014. I stopped smoking in August of 2014. I stopped, obviously I'm still smoking. I did stop for a while. I just recently started because I've been like really stressed out, and it's just like to my breaking point. I stopped cutting September 18th of 2014. So I was doing really well, and I stopped, and I relapsed back in February, and then I was doing good, and then I relapsed in May, like right after I got my tattoos on my wrist. So I was kind of like mad because I didn't want to mess up the tattoo or anything, so I had to go like beside it or below it. And then I relapsed last night. No. I relapsed the 13th, technically 2 days ago. And I know that's really bad, and if Gage sees this, I'm very sorry. You know the situation, Gage. You know I am not in good state of mind right now. Stopped drinking August 2014. Been good with that. Stopped drugs September 2014. Been good with that. I thought about it, but I didn't do it. I'm overly happy with Gage. Sometimes I feel like dying, and I don't, and I know I don't belong here, and I'm still suicidal. It's true, I still am. But I can't help it, and Gage helps me get. Blah. I can't English, but Gage gets me through the day. So there's my story. So, okay, so I kind of filled you in on sort of everything that happened. The whole Elida thing. It's not a good place. They do a lot of illegal things there. Like, I was prescribed to a certain medication, and it was ibuprofen, I believe, actually. Yeah, I think it was ibuprofen. It was some kind of pain med, and another student there had a headache or something was wrong with him where he needed some pain meds. So the distributor had taken my meds, and they're prescribed to me, like they're in a bottle and have my name on it because I've seen it. I saw it. And then they took some of those out and gave it to the other person. First of all, that's illegal. Second of all, when I found out, I was pissed the fuck off because when I found out, it was the day that I really needed those meds because I've sprained my ankle at that point. People shut up. Okay. Also, I found out that some of the other students were doing drugs. And I mean, some of them were smoking pot, which is, to me, not a drug. It relaxes you. If you smoke pot, you're fine. Don't smoke it while you're pregnant. Just promise me you won't do that. I don't care if you smoke it when you're... And at least be 14 and older. At least be 14 and older. But don't do drugs, kids. And stay in school and get straight A's. Eat your vegetables. Really, eat your vegetables, because vegetables are really fucking good. And I used to hate vegetables, and I eat everything except green beans. I can't fucking stand green beans. Besides the point. They started doing drugs. They started, like, one kid well, not kid, he's 20 years old. He was doing crack. Or not crack, but cocaine. The one you snort. So it's cocaine. And he actually did it on campus. And the same person that was the distributor of my meds that did that illegal act, he knew he was taking cocaine. Didn't do anything. Didn't call the cops. Didn't call rehab, or didn't call anything. He didn't do anything about it. It made me so fucking mad. And then another kid that was 18, was smoking crack. He smoked crack off of campus, but he came back on campus high as a fucking kite. Took video of him. He got drug tested. He was positive for marijuana as well. For medical and like the other one, like that's not medical. Whatever it's called. My brain's not working right now. But didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. They're supposed to kick you off campus if you do anything like that. Also, the 18-year-old and the 20-year-old, the same people I'm talking about, got caught. First of all, with lovers, because one of them's straight, one of them's gay. So, women and men. And he also caught them. Well, he caught one of them drinking, because I snitched on him because of the 20-year-old. And then the 18-year-old, they believe is drinking, but they didn't catch him. I know he was drinking, but I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, you do you. Because him, I'm kind of cool with. The other people, no, I can't stand them. Nope. Especially my roommate I had over there, Emily. Oh, God. I wanted to, like, freaking just punch her in the face while she was sleeping. Oh my God. She actually, because me and her had a bunch of arguments over how hot and how cold the house was, the thermostat. She likes it hot as fucking balls. I like it normal and cold. I do not like it. I fucking hate being hot. Like right now, I'm fine. I mean, I'm a little cold, but it's fine. So I kept it on like 69 or below. She kept it on 77 and higher. She put it on 80 one night. I have asthma. That's another reason why I can't be in heat a lot. It fucks up with my breathing. Like I have like weird breathing problems right now because I can't really breathe. But and she actually took it. I don't know how the fuck she did it, but she actually like broke the thing off the wall, so it stayed hot in our house. And I was so mad. And then they put it back on the wall, or because I complained, and they bought a new one, or they got the one she took off or whatever, and put it back on there. And there's a rule where it stays on 70, no one touches it. It was fine. Everything was fine. She said it was too hot one day, which is weird because she fucking loves it being hot. And she turned it to 69, which, yeah, I didn't care about. I was like, okay, whatever. But from her ripping it off the wall and all that, the wires were all fucked up. So it got hot in our house. Even hotter. And hotter. And hotter. The highest was 92 inside. And it's summertime. Well, is it still spring or summer? I think it's summer because August is when fall hits. I'm not good with seasons. I'm not good with simple stuff. But it's just 92. So we finally got that fixed, and yeah. So yeah, they have all that stuff going on. So I come into work one day, because I work on campus as well. Everyone works on campus. I come into work one day and I'm already having a tough time because I've had 2 people that morning pass away in a car accident, and I was just a complete mess. I was already upset. I was already crying. Me and Gage were having arguments here and there. I was upset. I wasn't taking my meds. My roommate knew I wasn't taking my meds, but I was fine. I mean, the meds actually help me. Like, not taking the meds helps me more than actually taking them. And one of the meds I'm prescribed to is actually dangerous for me. That's why I choose not to take it. So, but I'll talk to my doctor later and all that. Oh my god, my hair is so soft. Sorry. But then I come into work and they have the 20-year-old. The 20-year-old that was, his name is Cooper. The one that was doing cocaine and drinking and shit. He's the gay one as well. I don't mean it mean or anything like that. I'm just giving you the personality, I guess. Anyways, he walks into work an hour and a half late. Yeah, an hour and a half late. Yeah, because it was 10 o'clock. Because we have to be in there at 8:30, and he walked in around 10 o'clock. So an hour and a half late. You're not supposed to do that. He was on a contract that said if he walked in late, he'd have to be suspended. At this point, that was his last one. He was supposed to be kicked out of the program. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything because he was going through personal issues. That made me mad. So, I walked into work and there was like, where we were at was like a little kitchen where we prepare food and stuff like that, because Elida is a culinary shit school type thing. So we were preparing food and all that, and then if you walk up the hill, there's the cafeteria, and then like a bigger kitchen where you actually serve the food out to other people and kids that live on campus. So, the people that were supposed to be serving the food was me, Emily, and another student named Michael. I was fine with it, whatever. I was gonna ignore Emily and just do what I needed to do. Need to do my work. Work is work. I need to do my work. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So I was sitting there doing my work, and then went to the bathroom and came out, washed my hands and all that. And Chef, or my boss, wanted to talk to me and say that I was staying down there and not doing my job up there. So when we stay down, we don't get a lot of hours. So I was like, no. You already decided that I was going up there. I'm gonna go up there and do my job. And she was like, no. Emily and Michael came up to me and said they don't want you up there because you're emotionally unstable. And I said, okay, why can't all three of us have this talk instead of people going behind my fucking back and doing that shit? So, this thing's still recording. Thank God. Oh my God, this is a long ass video. I am very sorry. So, I was sitting there and I was like, the fuck, man? No, I'm gonna go up there and go do my job. I mean, I know I'm having some emotional issues right now, and you don't really want to fuck with me. And I actually said that too, which I understand, but people cuss at her all the time. She don't give a fuck. She cusses back at us. She don't give a fuck. Anyways, and then Emily was like, no, you don't need to go up there. You're emotionally unstable, like with a snooty attitude and shit. And I was like, man, you can just shut the fuck up. This ain't your fucking problem. I'm gonna go up there and go work and do my job. I don't care about you. And this turned into like a whole argument, and I was like cussing her out. I was cussing my boss out. And yeah, I understand that I shouldn't have been cussing anyone out, pretty much. But they said that's not what got me kicked out. They said what got me kicked out is because I walked away, and then, because I started crying and shit, that I was crying, I was emotionally unstable, and I punched a door, the freezer door, and they said that I shouldn't have been crying, and I shouldn't have punched the door. And I was like, really? Like, I understand I was emotionally fucked up that day, but you have people over here doing drugs, drinking. Oh, and by the way, Emily, she's 22. So, yeah, she can buy alcohol, but we can't have alcohol on campus whether you're of age or not. Obviously, you can't have it if you're underage, but if you're 21 and older, you can't have it on campus, and you can't drink it on campus. It was one of a lot of rules. Fine, whatever, I don't care. She bought it all the time. She was 21 when I first moved in, so obviously she can buy it. She bought it all the time. Didn't see her give it to anyone for a while, and then she started giving it to a guy that she was fucking on campus, DeAndre, and she started giving it to Michael, I believe, but I'm not sure about that one. So I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You buying it for minors? And I didn't really think about it because they're almost 21. I didn't really think about it because they're both 20, Michael and DeAndre. And I was like, yeah, whatever, okay. And then last month she bought, I'm not sure what it was, but I know it was alcohol. Like, I'm not sure if it was like whiskey, scotch, or anything. I don't fucking know what it was. But she bought some and gave it to Will, which is 18 years old. I understand you've done this in the past, like bought it for minors, but 18 is a little, no. And they know that, and it's also illegal to buy for minors, and they know, and they didn't do anything. Nope. So that's why I hate that place, and I'm sorry for ranting. This is long as a video anyways. Anyways, leave a like, comment. See you in the next video. Thank you.